The Harappan pottery was mostly handmade and painted. Okay, knobbed ware featured rows of knobs and was made from red clay. Miniature vessels were crafted with high precision and details. Now, which of the following statements are not correct? All right, so here what do we understand? That when we talk of the Harappan pottery, you guys are very much well aware that the Harappan pottery, they were of various types. One was the general purpose pottery. Okay, general purpose, that means that they were not painted and all, and they were used for storage of water and grains, so they were the general purpose pottery. Second is painted pottery. Now these painted potteries, they were miniature potteries which were very much decorative. And then there was utilization pottery, that is for the straining of liquor. That means the hold pottery. Okay, that is perforated pottery. Perforated pottery. Now we know that there were various potteries. Now if you just correlate here, Harappan pottery was mostly handmade and painted. Now you know that Harappan time period, they were urban in nature. Okay, they were urban, so because they were urban, they would have traded. Now here what would have been traded, a normal pottery or a painted or a decorative pottery? Obviously a decorative pottery would be traded much more. And when a decorated pottery would be traded much more, so would that decorated pottery, okay, that decorated pottery would have been traded much more. All right, so this is it. And that whenever we talk about pottery, so pottery, they can be made from two types. One is handmade and another is going to be wheel made. Handmade and wheel made. So what is generally handmade? Wherever you require stylization, wherever you require precision, wherever you require some other things, so that is going to be handmade. Okay, paintings and all. But the second one, wheel made, wherever you require general purposes, which is going to be plain, so you are just going to create it and just leave it. Okay, so general purpose, they were, less costly potteries. So here they are telling Harappan pottery was mostly handmade and painted. So what about the general purpose then? People wouldn't have stored water or what? So they wouldn't have stored grains or what? So obviously wheel made would also have been there, right? And compared to the utilization of themselves, would they have traded much more pottery rather than storing things for themselves? Obviously they would have stored much for them, right? So that pottery, it would have been much more. So the first statement, based on that, it can be stated as wrong. So which of the following is not correct? Okay, we know that one is not correct. All right, so we have eliminated 50%. Now we know that one is not correct. What about two? And we know three is correct. Three is correct. Okay, knobbed ware feature rows of knobs were made from red clay. Okay, now here when we talk on this particular pottery, okay, here when we talk, all right, so what do we understand here in this particular pottery of the knobbed ware? Okay, what do we know? That if you can just correlate in the pottery, we know that the Harappans, they made red and black ware. Red and black ware. Then the Vedic age made painted grey ware, and the Mauryan and Mahajanpadas made northern black polished ware. So we know that the Harappans made red and black ware. So here knobbed ware featured rows of knob and were made from red clay. So based on this, you can just correlate. And yes, these people, they had made such pottery. So that is why the second one is correct. Third one is also correct. So that is why second one is correct. So this becomes wrong, and the answer here, it becomes only A. So like that, you do not require a precision knowledge on the question, but what you require is a general understanding of the concepts of that particular topic. And if you have that general understanding, trust me, it is going to be very much easier for you to solve these particular questions. Okay, so that is how you can very well do it. Okay, so that is going to be there. Now when we talk on the next aspect, with reference to the Barhut sculptures, consider the following statements. They are carved in low relief with linearity. Narrative panels often depict multiple elements in one frame, and figures show deep carving and naturalistic posture from the beginning. How many of these statements are correct? Now, here when we talk, what is the question? Barhut sculptures. Now, what was the Barhut? Barhut was a stupa. Now, on that stupa, which of the following statements are correct? They are carved in low relief with linear. And Barhut stupa, it was made when? It was made during the time period of the. It was made during the time period of the Mauryans. Okay, Barhut was made during the time period of the Mauryans. All right, that is one thing that we can say. Now, they were carved in low relief and linearity. Narrative panels often depict multiple events in one frame, and figures show deep carving and naturalistic postures from the beginning. Okay, so here, what do you understand from this? What do you understand from this? How can you solve this? Okay, so when we talk, let us just eliminate the things. So when you talk on the first question, what you can understand is, with reference to the Barhut sculptures, consider the following statements. They are carved out in low relief and linearity. Low relief means what? They were not that heighted. Okay, so Barhut stupa, when we talk of it in the Mauryan period, it was not going to be that high, that magnanimous. Okay, so it is going to be in a low height. So obviously it was done in low height. So Barhut sculptures, they were carved in low height, so that is there. Now we know that there were also Jataka tales that were there at that point of time, and these Jataka tales, if you might have seen, they were there on the particular stupa. So that is why this is also going to be there. And the narrative panels means the Jataka tales, and in this Jataka tales, multiple events they were generally done. Okay, in the one frame, that is also there. So the second statement is also correct. When we talk about the third, figures show deep carving and naturalistic posture from the beginning itself. Now this was a much more artistic design, okay, which had evolved in the later on period. Why? Because figures, okay, figures show deep carving and naturalistic posture. This happened in the later on time period of the, post Mauryan sculptures. It did not happen during the time period of Mauryan sculptures. So that is what we can understand. So here the third one is incorrect, and the answer here, it is only going to be only two. That is 1 and 2 are correct.